So let's look at the transaction reporting quickly. Transaction reporting, first and foremost, has a date range. It has a start date and an end date, and by default, our date range is only 3 days. However, within Transaction Search, you can expand that to any 30-day window, and that 30-day window can go back in time from the very beginning of time. In other words, if you were processing with us when we started in 2010, you could go back to the early days of 2010 and look for any transactions that you processed. But it's still within just the 30-day window. We have other reports that allow you to search wider ranges, but for Transaction Search, you can do that 30-day window. So if I click the drop down and I say I want to look back through July 9th, because that's more than 30 days, and hit search, you'll notice you get this warning at the top that says additional search parameters are required for a date range exceeding 31 days. So if I change this to just the 11th and hit search, you'll immediately get back, in this case, 210 transactions for this account, which span that date range. If I reset it, it will reset that start date to the original date. Under transaction information, you can go ahead and search based on either a dollar amount, or by clicking on this show amount range, you can go ahead and give it a range. So for example, you just saw me process a transaction for $10 and $1. I could go ahead and say I want to look for any transaction between $9 and $11. And over the last 3 days, when I do that search, I get only one record, which is the $10 transaction we processed just a second ago. From the transaction search screen, you can always go back to the search results by clicking on the top left corner where it says transaction search. And by doing that, it shows you the results that came back from that previous search. If there's only one search result, the system will automatically open that to let you see the details of that transaction. You'll also notice that we give you within the transaction information the ability to search for the entire PAN, or personal account number. That's an industry term for the credit card number, or the last four. The fake credit card number I used just a second ago had a last four of 1111, and so when I hit search, because we've done 2 transactions with that card number, actually, it looks like several transactions with that card number, you'll notice that that card number shows up multiple times, and I'm not automatically entered into that transaction. I can also search for just the person's last name. I used my last name in that previous example, so if I hit enter Lepic and hit search, you only get those results. Of course, same is true of first name. And email, if it were provided. The 2 black tabs at the bottom, additional custom fields and advanced field criteria. Additional custom name fields are what I explained earlier. And so if I came in here and I said I want to look for anybody that has an eye color, again, as ridiculous as that is, of blue, and I hit search, I get back only those 2 transactions where I included that user-defined field. So you can search on the information that you're looking for yourself, like for example, that I gave of invoice number or customer ID number, or whatever might be important to your business. Like that. The advanced field criteria is really helpful when you're searching for something very specific. So within advanced field criteria, you can search for all transaction types, which we have them all listed here, or you can say I'm only looking for a sale transaction, or maybe an authorization. Maybe I'm only looking for a refund. You can also choose the card type. I know it's an American Express, or I know it's a Visa card, for example. If you have the transaction global unique ID, you can paste it here and pull up that exact transaction. Global unique IDs are included in all of our external reporting. You can also go ahead and search for approved transactions, declined transactions, or the default is both approved and declined. You can do advanced searches looking for specific response codes. This means if there's a particular type of decline, maybe you're looking for just a transaction that was declined based on non-sufficient funds. There is a list of several, almost 100 different response codes available, and transaction services support can provide you that list.